Healthy Paws, Happy Hearts, Guide to Dog Care. The brightness of the eyes. The way it moves when it gets off the floor. The energy in the first hour of the morning. None of these are personality traits. These are nutrition reports. And millions of dogs at home today right now have nutrition reports that tell a story their owners have never been given the words to understand. Canine nutritional deficiency is not something found only among abused animals. It is one of the most prevalent and most underestimated problems in companion dogs today, precisely because it comes on slowly and quietly, disguised as aging, personality, or even breed disposition. The dog that once leaps for the ball now plods for it. The once glistening coat is now dull and brittle. Recurring ear infections and endless itching, constant digestive irregularities that get symptom treated without ever really curing the cause. More often than you realize, the cause is in the bowl. Here are some of the most common nutritional deficiencies dogs face, and how to spot them. Protein deficiency. Lack of high-quality animal protein results in muscle wastage, a poor coat, slowed healing, and weakened immunity. If your normally active dog appears to be losing muscle tone, a low biological value of their food might be to blame. Omega-3 fatty acid deficiency is perhaps the most widespread and most visually apparent. Your dog's coat and skin are first responders to essential fatty acid levels, so dry, flaky skin, a brittle and shedding coat, and chronic ear and paw infections are all classic signs of a deficiency in DHA and EPA, found in fish. Omega-3 fatty acids our bodies cannot synthesize. Zinc deficiency. Certain breeds are more prone to it than others, causes cracking and crusting of the muzzle, a coat that is slow to grow or is coarse and dry, hardened paw pads. Breeds such as Siberian Huskies, Alaskan Malamutes, and Bull Terriers all possess a known genetic tendency toward zinc malabsorption, which is why dietary zinc is absolutely critical for them. Calcium and phosphorus imbalance. This includes both deficiencies and excesses, directly affects bone integrity, joint health, and, in the case of growing puppies, proper development of the skeletal system, often with consequences that last a lifetime. This issue frequently affects dogs on unbalanced homemade diets that lack adequate or properly calibrated calcium supplementation. B vitamin deficiency. In the most severe forms, it causes neurological problems, is often much more subtle. Many dogs whose owners think they are calm are actually chronically undersupplied with vitamins like thiamine, riboflavin, and B12, resulting in a general flatness that affects their energy, appetite, and personality. These deficiencies aren't necessarily the fault of the owners. But the answers needed to make better choices have been drowned out by decades of marketing equating brand recognition with quality ingredients. Not anymore. The AAFCO nutritional adequacy statement is present on the packaging of every bag of commercial dog food sold in the U.S. The first place on any dog food label that you should check is for the statement declaring that the food is complete and balanced for your specific life stage: puppy, adult maintenance, or all life stages. If there is not an AAFCO statement there, then the food has not been formulated to meet minimum nutritional standards and should never be fed as the main diet. The second place to check is the ingredients list. The ingredients are listed in descending order by weight before processing. The first ingredient on the label of any dog food should be a named animal protein: beef, chicken, turkey, salmon, lamb, etc. This should not be meat or poultry unless a species is specified, nor meat meal or poultry byproduct meal as the first ingredient. A named protein source can be identified and is consistent. A named meal is just that: a dehydrated concentrate of animal tissue, which is a concentrated and perfectly valid protein source. It is not a sign of low-quality ingredients, in spite of its name. The first 5 ingredients that you are looking for are: a named whole protein, a named protein meal, such as chicken meal, which is a highly concentrated protein source that cannot possibly provide adequate nutrients on its own, so it needs a complement, but also a properly named, concentrated source of protein, a whole grain or named carbohydrate source such as sweet potato or oats, and a named fat source such as chicken fat or salmon oil. This ensures that your dog is receiving bioavailable protein and properly digestible carbohydrate along with essential fatty acids to maintain healthy skin, coat, and brain function. Things you want to avoid in the ingredients are artificial preservatives such as beech tea, ethoxyquin. These are linked to organ stress after long-term consumption, artificial colors/dyes, as these have no nutritional value and are implicated in some cases of hypersensitivity, corn syrup or added sugar, particularly in some semi-moist food. They will contribute to weight gain, dental problems, and problems with the regulation of blood sugar. Too many fillers. These are common carbohydrate ingredients, repeated multiple times in different forms, which fill up space without providing sufficient calories or a correct protein-to-calorie ratio. These will include corn, wheat, and soybean derivatives in numerous forms, and repeat offenders as filler ingredients. The repeated occurrence of named fillers and ingredients is the key indicator. The guaranteed analysis panel is also important. You should aim to have protein be the largest macronutrient percentage, ideally more than 18% on a dry matter basis, and certainly more than 18%. Fat should comprise about 12 to 18%, and fiber content should be no more than 2 to 5%. While price is not an indication of quality, persistently very low prices often reflect compromises made in the ingredient chain. The ideal food isn't the most expensive. Rather, it's the one that best meets your dog's nutritional needs within a budget that works for your family over the dog's lifetime. Not all dogs need the same food. Nutritional needs, which vary greatly, are based on factors like breed size, activity level, age, and genetic predispositions, but one of the most common and detrimental mistakes that many dog owners make is failing to take these factors into consideration when choosing a food. Large and giant breeds, such as the Great Dane, St. Bernard, and Mastiff, need their calcium to phosphorus ratios closely monitored during puppyhood to avoid developmental orthopedic disease. Large breed puppy food is not merely a marketing term, and the specific calcium to phosphorus ratio, which does not exist in standard puppy formulas, is a significant consideration when feeding a large breed puppy. Feeding standard puppy food to large breed puppies is a documented risk for skeletal malformation. The rapid metabolic rate and smaller stomach size in small and toy breeds result in a burning of calories at a quicker pace in comparison to the larger dog, a higher chance of hypoglycemia if meals are not timed efficiently, and therefore requires a calorie-dense formula to deliver nutrients in a more manageable quantity. Small and toy breeds typically do better when eating 3 meals a day as opposed to the 2 meals per day recommended for medium and large breeds. High-energy breeds, such as Border Collies, Belgian Malinois, and Siberian Huskies, require a higher fat and caloric content to fuel their activity level without burning muscle mass, where a sedentary breed would be prone to obesity and resulting joint pressure if given a diet formulated for a highly active dog. Brachycephalic breeds, such as bulldogs, French bulldogs, and pugs, often have difficulty digesting their food, leading to gas and food intolerances. These breeds often benefit greatly from limited ingredient diets formulated with a single animal protein and few artificial ingredients. Smaller meals help to lessen air swallowing, which can be exacerbated by the physical structure of brachycephalic breeds. When owners chose to cook for their dogs, the nutritional requirements are similar to humans in that variety and a well-balanced meal each day are important. A properly cooked meal for a canine must at its core contain a quality animal protein: chicken thighs, lean ground beef, turkey, or fish, which must not be spiced or combined with any allium or garlic or onion products. These must be accompanied by a complex carbohydrate, brown rice, sweet potato, or plain oatmeal. A vegetable component must also be included: carrots, green beans, peas, or zucchini would all be suitable. As always, it is the supplementation of the meal that becomes the most important and potentially neglected part. A home-cooked meal without proper supplementation, a complete multivitamin and the appropriate dosage of calcium will result in the nutritional deficiencies illustrated in part 1 of this video. The food provides the building blocks and supplementation provides the completed framework. Supplements are not an option that can be substituted with human multivitamins as they do not contain the correct nutrient profile to support the canine metabolism. Consult with a board-certified veterinary nutritionist to devise a supplement protocol specific to your pet's nutritional needs. The single biggest underutilized resource for every dog owner is the veterinarian. Not for crisis intervention, but as a partner in their dog's lifelong nutritional health. A feeding plan developed with your vet's guidance is not a luxury. It is the difference between managing your dog's health and investing in it. A complete vet-supported feeding plan looks at 4 things. First, the current status. A basic physical exam and blood profile tells us about existing nutritional deficiencies, organ function, and the presence of metabolic conditions such as thyroid disease, diabetes, or kidney disease, all of which have a direct impact on dietary requirements. You can't feed without a map. Second, the life stage plan. A puppy's dietary requirements are wildly different from those of an adult or senior dog. Puppies need high protein and fat to grow. Adults need maintenance ratios according to their activity level. Senior dogs, the last third of their life, generally need low levels of phosphorus in their diet to ease the strain on their kidneys, more omega-3s to support their joints, and may require less food overall to offset their lower activity level. The veterinarian takes that whole progression into account. Third, portion size and frequency. Overfeeding is the #1 nutritional problem in companion dogs, and obesity is directly linked to decreased lifespan of up to 2.5 years, along with increased instances of diabetes, joint problems, respiratory disease, and cancer. Feeding guidelines listed on dog food bags and boxes are just general starting points, averages for an average dog, not individual prescriptions. Your vet will determine the precise caloric needs of your individual dog based on weight, body condition, and activity level, adjusting it as needed. Fourth, the monitoring protocol. Nutritional care isn't a one-and-done situation. It's a continuous dialogue between what the dog eats, how the dog performs, and what the dog's body says it needs. Coat quality, energy level, stool consistency, body weight, and annual blood work are the communication tools in this conversation. A vet who knows your dog's nutritional history can read these signs or signals and adapt the feeding plan before problems escalate to illness. So at your dog's next visit, ask your veterinarian 3 crucial questions. Is what my dog is eating appropriate for their breed, age, and current health? What should I be looking for on the label? Is there any sign on my dog's blood work that we should adjust their diet? It's 3 questions with 0 cost that can profoundly influence your dog's health. Investing in good nutrition and a working relationship with your vet is not a luxury item. It's the most cost-effective form of veterinary care available because diseases linked to poor nutrition will invariably cost much more to treat than the food required to prevent them. Your dog can't read the package. It can't tell you that what it's being fed is taking its life away and is making its fur dull and taking precious years off of your time together, silently. It trusts you fully and completely. And because it trusts you is why this talk is important. And because it trusts you is why Dog Happy Living exists, to empower each and every dog owner with the information that his dog can't ask for. Subscribe to this channel weekly for all kinds of videos focused on your dog's health and happiness. Forward this video to every dog owner that you know and care about, and use the link below in the description for 4 short clips that expand on parts of today's topic more thoroughly. Feed your dog with food that respects its trust. I'll see you next week. Disclaimer: the information provided in this video is solely for educational and informational purposes. The information is not a veterinary medical prescription or substitute for professional veterinary health care. All nutrition information is provided based on the available public research and based on general dog nutrition guidelines. Each dog is a unique being and has individual nutritional requirements and can vary based on breed, age, weight, activity level, health status, and medical history. Dog Happy Living wholeheartedly recommends every dog owner consult with a licensed veterinarian or a board-certified veterinary nutritionist prior to changing their dog's diet or feeding program. It is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition of any animal. Any nutritional change made following viewing this video is at the discretion of the individual owner, and Dog Happy Living cannot be held accountable for any individual's circumstances. Please consult a qualified veterinarian regarding your dog's specific needs, health, and medical condition.